Sahaviryam Karavavai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavai Om Shanti Now please read 3 verses, then we start. Verse 15 onwards, please. Nissango niskriyosi tvam Svaprakasho niranjanam Ayameva ite vandah Samadhi manutishthasi Tvaya vyaptamidam vishvam Tvai protam yatharthatah Shuddha buddha swarupastvam Mangama kshudra chittatam Nirapeksho nirvikara Nirvara sitalasaya Agadha udirakshudha Bhavachinmatra vasana As we have been seeing these verses, can you hear clearly? These verses are so direct, so straightforward that nobody can escape this understanding or being with himself. The line, as I told you yesterday, is like a sledgehammer. It hits your head straight. Very clearly it tells you, you want to be free, you want to be in samadhi. Ayameva ite vandah samadhi manutishthasi. This is your bondage that you are practicing samadhi, practicing meditation. This is the language which everybody speaks. That I am doing samadhi, how long you are in samadhi? People will ask that question. Like many people ask me the question also, Swamiji, when do we meditate? I really laugh. Because what is this? When are you meditating? The question and the answer is, when am I not in meditation? Because when you say when you are meditating, for you, for most people, meditating is a job. It's like telling, when are you running? You can't say all the time. Early morning I go for a run. When are you doing exercise? Afternoon I do my exercise. When are you climbing a mountain? In the summer time I climb a mountain. You can say all these things. But if somebody asks you, when are you being your body? Being your body is not an activity. Are you getting that point, please? Being your body is not an activity. Bodily activity, but body is not an activity. Physical activity. Are you getting that? Body, the physique is not an activity. Physique is physique. But physical activity, bodily activity, but body is not an activity. Meditation is not an activity. That is your being, who you are. The moment you try to meditate, try to become or be in samadhi, that means what? You are already committing a mistake from the very beginning, that I am not in samadhi, I want to become in samadhi. Are you getting that point, please? This is something, such a trick. Not trick, it's a tricky thing. Such a tricky thing. And that is what they are all about. I want to be happy. Meaning what? I am not happy, I want to be happy. In the very beginning is your mistake. An unhappy person cannot be happy. If you start that I am unhappy, I want to be happy, no. In the happiness, as long as this I, the individuality is there, that long there is no happiness, no meditation. You can be happy and happy to have an individuality. You can be in meditation, you are in meditation, and you can happy to have an individuality. But at no time individuality is given that luxury, that privilege of meditating or looking for happiness. It's an amazing dimension. That is why this class is not for the babies. This is go straight onto this stuff. You know, this one, I was reading one book, very interesting. It's Mullah, okay? This Mullah, what was happening? He went to his house. When he was going to his house, suddenly he discovered that two fellows have descended on his house and they are fixing something there. He said, what are you doing? He says, now there is the order from the king or something that every house should have a fire alarm. He said, but don't put it here. He said, why don't put it here? He says, it just doesn't work. He said, what do you mean it doesn't work? When there is a fire alarm. He said, yes, but it doesn't work. He said, what do you mean it don't work? He said, if alarm goes on, but fire also keeps burning. It doesn't work. For most people, they fix fire alarm of information inside the head. Information is continuous, but life also is on fire. What's the big deal? All the Upanishads finished, Bhagavad Gita finished, Brahma Sutra finished, Siddhi Granthas finished. Also meditation, midnight meditation, mid-morning meditation, open eye meditation, closed eye meditation, navel concentration, between the eye concentration. Every type of nonsense is over, but still the life is on fire. Meditation is going on, fire also is raging. Please understand. Here it is something being yourself, who you are. Before you start, please listen, before you start teaching somebody meditation, first teach him who he is. In every other subject it is not required. Before you teach somebody physics, chemistry, mathematics, you don't tell him, you must know yourself. No. Because the person doesn't have an identity, listen carefully, this is beautiful. Because the person doesn't have an identity at this moment because of his ignorance, now he is looking for an identity. As a child, as an individual, as a growing person, when you are growing up in life, as you are growing up in life, because you don't have an identity yet in a relative world, so you have been given the education. Be a graduate, be a matriculate, be a postgraduate, be an engineer, be a doctor. So they are giving you an individuality. So they can't say, tell me who you are, then I shall tell you. No, you are trying to pick up an individuality. I am a PhD, so that you can have a job. I am an engineer, so you can have a job. So you are looking for an identity. Here, when you are looking for, listen carefully, when you are looking for meditation, who is looking for it? Tired of individuality. Engineer is tired. Suppose you have taken a role. Engineer is tired, father is tired, husband is tired, wife is tired. Roles are tired or individually tired? Can you catch it? Generally only one thing in life to be understood. Only one thing. Only one thing. That is why Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, what do they say? Yadichanto brahmacharyam charanti sarve vedayat padamamananti tatte padam sangrahena pravakshe omiti etat. Kathopanishad as well as Bhagavad Gita. Both time places it comes. Yadichanto, that is tapam sarvani chayad vadanti. Yadichanto brahmacharyam jaranti. All the tapas, all the sarve vedayat padamamananti, all the Vedas talk about one pada. Pada means padyate, jnayate, ananayati padam. That by which everything is known. All the Vedas talk about what? All the tapas, austerities, whatever disciplines are undertaken, and the desires of which people go into brahmacharya. Brahmacharya means where the person is no more in the duality. Tatte padam sangrahena pravakshe. Hey Arjuna or hey Nachiketas, I shall tell you that sangrahena, briefly, with the minimum description. And what is that? Om iti, only one letter. Om iti. One word is to understood. That is, Om is what? Aham iti edat. Aham, Om, both are one and the same thing. Please understand. You don't say Om is different, Aham is different. No. Aham and Om are different. A, U, Om. A, Ha, both one and the same. All the three things are there. I have explained already that I don't want to get into that. Only one thing. Because I am tired. I want to know that. Not your post is not tired. Do you understand? Your relationship is not tired. When you say I'm tired of my husband or wife, I'm tired of my relationship, I'm tired of my job, I'm tired of money, who is tired? Money is tired or you are tired? Job is tired or you are tired? Children are tired or you are tired? You understand? When you say I'm looking for my cow, who is missing? The cow is lost or you are lost? Don't say cow is lost. You are lost about the idea that the cow is lost. But cow is grazing. Cow doesn't feel lost. Does the cow feel lost? I have lost my keys. Key is lost or you are lost? Do you understand? It always comes back to only one thing, that is you. I. But instead of I understanding myself, understand what happens. What a tragedy. Instead of giving me the understanding of myself, who am I, they are teaching the I meditation, pampering the I. You should know this. You should know Upanishads. You should study Vedas. You should do the austerities. You should climb the wall. You should be doing the fasting. You should be doing the feasting. You should have some secretive meditation. What is this? That is where people compare notes. How many Upanishads you have studied? How many verses you have finished? How long you have been meditating? Oh, I have been spiritual for last 20 years. I gave up fish when I was 15-year-old. I gave up chicken when I was 30-year-old. What is this? You can do anything you like. When you are giving up anything, those things are no problem. You are the problem. Are you getting that point, please? When you are giving up alcohol, alcohol is a problem or you have a problem? When you are giving up smoking, the cigarette has a problem or you have a problem? So you have the problem. You have a problem or you are the problem? You are the problem. But what you are doing? You are giving up all that you think has a problem, right? But you are the problem continues. And then you will pick up something else. You give up the cigarette, you pick up the drinks. You pick up the drinks, pick up religion. You pick up religion, pick up a guru. You pick up, drop a guru, now go into some book, independent practice. Who is doing it? Appreciate. That is why observe. I need a strong foundation. Everybody says, I need a strong foundation on which I should stand. No. What is the foundation? Solid foundation. Like a ground, I must have solid ground. Ask the bird, what is the foundation on which the birds fly? What is the foundation on which this fish swims? Different foundation. Dexterity. The bird knows how to fly. The fish knows swimming. The tiger knows how to run on the ground. The tiger will die on the water. The fish will die in the ground. So what is your foundation? Money is my foundation. Really? Now $1 is 60 rupees, right? €1 is 80 rupees. Suppose you are a foreign business person and you are out. Your money is finished. Money is the foundation. Shaking foundation. Job is my foundation. Job will disappear. Relationship is a foundation. People will disappear from your life. My body is my foundation. Growing old. It will be diseased. You like it or not. 90 years, 100 years, it shall grow old. Therefore shall I hate my body? Hey, don't do that. Learn to make use of it. If your thought is your foundation, thought shall change. That is why when people have a religious foundation, religious ideas, spiritual practices, secular ideas, secular practices, they are shaken up. Because anybody can challenge your security, understand friends. Whatever is your security, that shall be the cause of your insecurity. Are you getting that? Very simple point. If you find security in something, that shall be your fear, that shall be your source of insecurity. If money is my security, money becomes my insecurity. Love is my security, love is my insecurity. Relationship is my security, relationship shall be insecurity. God is my security, God shall be your insecurity. Because without which your life is useless. Meditation practice is my security, right? Samadhi manutishthati. The person is meditating now. So what will happen? You can't meditate. One morning you cannot meditate. Whole day, I did not meditate, did not meditate. Like some people do that, the chant. Writing 100 times they must write Ram, 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 Ram. They must write. In office time also. Office time also they must write it. It's very funny, some people's religiousness destroys. Like there are something else. One fellow, Saturday one day in the office he was working, and then the man came, the administrator, the manager came. The fellow is not in the chair. He says, "Oh, sir, there are two jokes coming there. Sir, you don't want to listen to jokes, okay?" So anyway, so the person comes in. I'll tell both the jokes. One I wanted to tell, the other one is coming. So he said, "What is this? Without telling anybody anything, suddenly you have gone away for a month. What do you think you are doing? What do you think you are doing?" He says, "Sir, you only told me to do that." "I told you. When did I tell you to do that?" He said, "No. When I came that day to the office, you have put it on the board for everybody. Just do it now." So I thought I wanted to go for holiday. So I said, "Just do it now." So I went for holiday because you have told it. Just do it now. Okay. Anyway, so this person, this fellow, another person was there. He is not in that chair. He is not in the chair. There was somebody, that fellow asked him, "Sir, what happened? You disappeared for 1 hour. What happened to you? You disappeared for 1 hour." He said, "No, I went for the haircut." Say, "You cannot do that. During your office time, you cannot use it for cutting your hair." He said, "Sir, I use the office time to grow my hair." In the office time, my hair grew, no? So how can I know? No, why can't I go on office time and cut it and come? Anyway, see, please see that. Anything, if you are dependent on something, that becomes your insecurity. If God is your security, God shall be your insecurity. Money is your security, money shall be insecurity. If an idea is your security, an idea shall be your insecurity. That's your tradition, cultures, faith. It sounds very lofty. I am dependent on a great tradition. No, that shall weaken you further. That is the great tradition, that is the great religion, that is the great education, call it secular religious, which makes you independent. The teacher who tells you you are free, not that I makes you free. The religion who shall say you are not a religious entity, you are the truth, the absolute. Secular education will give you a secular identity, you are a PhD, FRCS, none of this stuff. So anything that introduces me to myself, and that is what matters, friends. That's what exactly matters. So that is why this sloka is so beautiful here. Bhagavan ASHTAVAKRA talks to Janaka. Ayamevaite bandha. This is your bondage, that you want to meditate, because before somebody teaches the meditation to somebody, you should tell him first who he is. As I told you, you are tired of everything, you are looking for meditation. So understand first who you are. You are tired of roles. Do you appreciate that? That is why this knowledge is not given to babies. Babies means 50, 60-year-old babies who still find security in their roles, find very comfort, terrible, wonderful comfort that I am a rich man, I am a poor man, or I am a holy man. Anybody has got any type of comfortable identification, doesn't feel like being challenged, this knowledge is not for them. They must be shaken by the time, they must be shaken by the situation, where everything that you are holding on to bursts like a bubble. No, it's not that the bubble doesn't burst, the bubble does burst, but we still think like compromising, again it will come back, again everything will be fine. No. Please understand, that is why the I. Since I am tired, I must understand about myself. I have been forgetting myself in a perception, in a sensation, in a practice, in a meditation, in many things. Shall I try to forget myself again? That is why people get lost in so many practices. Please know, losing yourself in a practice is like suspending your problem for some time. Do you want to suspend your problem for some time, or you want to solve it once for all? If you want to suspend yourself for some time, which many people do, you watch a movie for 3 hours, individuality suspended, because you are lost. You are watching a sunrise or sunset, you are lost. And the longest period of time when you can suspend yourself, or you get yourself suspended, is in deep sleep state. 7 hours, 8 hours, 10 o'clock you go to sleep, until 5 you don't get up, 7 hours, blissful. Are you blissful? Listen carefully. In the deep, these words are, you must appreciate clearly. Because do not fall into prey into this type of description. Oh, in the deep sleep state, blissful state. Deep sleep state is not a blissful state. The deep sleep state is where you are not disturbed. Waking is disturbed. Deep sleep state is not disturbed. Don't say, I am blissful. Positively, you are not blissful. This is the absence of your disturbances. Are you getting that point, please? Absence of your disturbance. Like childhood. Childhood is a 5, 7, 8-year-old long sleep. The childhood is what? Absence of unhappiness. Growing up means you become unhappy, complicated. That is where people want very wishfully look back at the childhood days. Why I wish I can forget, become like a child again. You cannot. You have lost your, you have lost your innocence. You are growing up. You cannot. That is why, friends, please see that. This is your bondage. That is, look for it. Because the moment you look for meditation, look for happiness, you deny that you are the happiness, you are the action. And that is why the first verse, the other verse we had also seen it. Mukta abhimani mukta, baddha abhimani baddha, yamati shagati. So as your thinking is, that is how you become. Why is it so? Because please remember that point very, very clearly. Liberation does not feel liberated. Riches do not feel rich. I feel rich. Again, with the same riches, I can feel poor. I have 100,000 rupees with me in a village where nobody has more than 5,000, 10,000 rupees. I am rich. Yamati. You understand? You think I am rich? You are rich. Now, same 100,000 is there. Another person comes to your village with 5 lakhs rupees. Or you go to another city where everybody has got crores. Daridra. Now you are poor. What happened to your one man? You are rich. Now how come you are poor? Now the 100,000 becomes rich or poor? 100,000 is rich? 100,000 is poor? I was rich. Now I became poor. You understand the concept? Who is bothering you in life? This cuckoo. Is it entertaining us? Is it singing? I can say, wow, so beautiful. Other person say, I don't like that sound. Depends on whom? Liberation doesn't feel liberated. Ignorance doesn't feel ignorant. Body doesn't feel it is the body. Aging doesn't feel it is aging. Do you understand the entire universe of existence? The whole universe of existence, gross as well as the subtle, whether it is a tiny dust, galaxies, Milky Way, the entire universe, there is no sense of individuality anywhere. Your body has no sense of individuality. Body is not feeling that it is growing, aging, becoming young or old. Nothing. Body has no feeling. Nor your eyes feel entertained, seeing things. Your ears do not feel entertained. Now when you are sitting down here, what is happening? I am speaking. I am speaking. Just think of it. I am speaking. Consciousness is. The thoughts are coming. I am conscious of the thought. Choosing to speak. Many thoughts I edit. Doesn't speak. Mouth is speaking it away. The whole process is going on. I don't have to say there, I am thinking, I am conscious, I am speaking to speak. Same way, you listen. Your ears don't feel that ears I am listening. The ears report the sounds. Thought comes up. The thought conveys what I am giving. Listen carefully. The thought conveys what I am giving. So my thought begins from who I am. The thought becomes words. Now the words become thought in your mind, and your thought should take you to yourself. Circle is complete. Teaching. Rest is cheating. Because you stuck to the words, stuck to the thought. Never the person goes back to himself. That is where the alarm goes on ringing, but the fire goes on burning. Beautiful ideas. Quotations from Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, Vedas, everything, all quotations are there. From everywhere the quotations are there. But the life is on fire. Please appreciate. Are you getting that, please? So the teacher is so compassionately ruthless. Literally taking the wind out of yourself. Doesn't allow you to hold on to something. Like a child desperately trying to hold on to mommy, I don't want to go to school. The mommy can say, okay baby, don't go to school. No. Mommy knows mommy will cry. Baby knows baby doesn't know that baby is crying. Mommy knows baby is crying. I am also will be miserable. But the baby must go to school. Why? He must grow up. In the process, the mother, the father, creating a sense of independence in the child where they ultimately may be a victim of it. Because children grow up, children educated, children move out, fly away from the nest. You are nobody. Now you are not there anymore. If they come back, that's a gratitude that is there. If they don't come back, expected. Why? You taught them to fly. Since one day they are going to fly away, therefore I will not teach them, then you shall be bound forever. It is better to make them free and let them fly than to keep them in your nest and go on beating you. You will be destroyed for the rest of your life. Same thing teacher. The teacher is what? No, I should have permanent student with me. Same thing, 30 years I am learning. What is same thing? Bhagavad Gita for 20th time. Right? Upanishads for 50th time. For what? What are you going to do? 50 times more of Bhagavad Gita. Truth will come. Huh? Same reality. You understand it, then continue to live your life. You understand. Being happy is the boring thing. Being the happiness is so unattractive in a sense, ordinarily, because being happiness, being with yourself, happiness, being the happiness is something maintenance free. It doesn't require anything whatsoever. Listen carefully. It is so effortless. What do you do? Listen carefully. What do you do? To build a palace, you do a lot of work. What do you do for the ground? The ground is already there. The ground is already there. On the ground you build it. The space is already there. In the space you build it. In the space you automatically build it. Existence, your self-consciousness, call it whatever you like, is already there. It cannot go away, but your body will go away. Therefore, make best use of the body. Make best use of the body. Make best use of your mind. Make best use of the time. Your time running out, continuously running out. Make best use of the time. In oneness, there is nothing exciting. In silence, there is nothing exotic. Have you ever heard anybody talking about exotic silence? Exotic sound, not exotic silence. Immortality is boring. Why? Consciousness, same thing all the time. Never changes. Morning, evening. You see that? And now, morning, dawn, morning, midday, afternoon, midnight. Wow, how beautiful things are changing. Space as it is. The body, childhood, exciting, growing, exciting, youth, exciting, adult age, exciting, old age, exciting, dying also exciting. Why? Because I am exciting. Absolutely myself. But there is, that is where when you see that security, immortality, absolute bliss with yourself as to who you are, then the body becomes very exotic. Why does please see, a poor man does not enjoy a simple dinner. Why? He is forced to do that. Poverty is thrust upon him. Simplicity is thrust upon him. Therefore he doesn't enjoy simplicity. A very rich man, suppose the king is eating pori. Think, the king is eating pori. What people will say? So simple. See, king. Why they say, why they admire? Because he can eat anything, but he has chosen pori. Just puffed rice. Poor man eating the pori, he has nothing else to eat. Very rich person, ethnic ornaments made out of twigs. Oh, the tribals are putting on every day. Just think of it, just think of it. Simplicity is beautiful when you are fulfilled, you are rich. Same thing also, mortality is beautiful when you know the immortality. Every other object, sensation, perception is beautiful when you know you are the happiness, you are the joy. Thereafter life is absolutely fantastic. Everything runs exactly as it should run. See the beauty. So this is where comes the necessity to understand only one thing, only one word, I, aham. So even the Shastra says, this is the ultimate. Ayame vaite bandha samadhi amdishtas. This is your bondage that you are practicing samadhi. Samadhi is not a state to be reached. Listen carefully. Samadhi is not a state to be reached. It is not the result of an action. It is not the result of your practice. I did this because of which I came to samadhi. No. If the samadhi, yourself, the awareness, the immortality, the absolute is a result of an action, if it is produced in time, it shall be lost in time. That it was not there, it will not be there. Understand? Samadhi, yourself, is not a karma phala. That is why nobody is destined to be liberated. You cannot say, if I am destined to be liberated, I will be liberated. If I am not destined to be liberated, what can I do? No. You are helplessly liberated, you like it or not. Even if you don't want it. Even if you don't want it, you are free. You don't want it, you are happiness. You don't want it, you are fulfillment. You like it or not, you are everything that you want to be. In fact, because you are who you are, that is why you want to be everything. That is where that urge comes. You don't have to teach a child, you must be happy, you must be secured. No, everybody longs for security. Everybody guns for happiness. Everybody naturally gets attracted towards it because that is himself, that is why Krishna. The name Krishna is so beautiful. Why is Krishna? Akarshati iti Krishna. Akarshati. That which attracts everything towards itself. What is that something which attracts everybody towards himself? What is that something towards which everybody feels attracted? Think. What is that something or somebody towards whom everybody or towards whom or what everybody feels attracted? Only yourself. Everybody doesn't feel attracted by gold. Everybody doesn't feel attracted by diamond. Everybody doesn't feel attracted by particular food, a man or a woman, a sound, a music, a touch or taste. Nothing. Everybody doesn't feel attracted by anything. But everybody feels attracted by himself. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Everything is liked because it gives me happiness. The day it doesn't give me happiness, I dump it. That is why relationship begins with darling, ends up with the divorce. Why? Only divorce with a man-woman relationship. You divorce your habit. Swamiji, no more sweet. Why too sweet? So you are married to the sweet, now you are divorced from sweet. Then married to alcohol, divorced from alcohol. Or you are divorced from alcohol, married to smoking. You understand, life is a continuous marriage. And why are you marrying again and again to things, objects or people? Because you are not happy with yourself. You are happy with yourself who you are, then choose to marry. Like yesterday I told you, remember the statement. I forgot, somebody reminded me this morning. Swami, that was a beautiful point. Controlled sleeping is fantastic. Sleeping SLIP. A controlled, you understand? Adventures means a controlled adventure becomes fantastic. Why? You know you are bungee jumping. You know you shall be hanging at the end of it. Suppose you don't know you will be hanging or not. Will you jump? Controlled eating is fantastic. Controlled means you are conscious eating. When you are consciously eating, one day you eat, one day you overeat, other day you fasting. Which one is better? Controlled. Therefore you enjoy eating, enjoy fasting, enjoy overeating. But the person who is uncontrolled, fasting also kills you. Obsessed with fasting kills you. Obsessed with indulgence kills you. Conscious. So what is that something which attracts everything towards itself? It is myself. Anything, if it doesn't give me pleasure, happiness, I don't want it. Therefore, even the thought also. So this is what this I has to understand. The teacher, instead of teaching him how to meditate, teach him about the meditator. Who you are. Only when you understand who you are, call it a meditation, call it a happiness, call it a fulfillment, call it a freedom, call it a security, call it love, call it a wisdom, call it anything you like. Everything is inside, everything is in you. Names are different. These names, who has given? Think, friends, who has given these names? Liberation doesn't feel liberated. Creation doesn't feel anywhere limited. Do you appreciate what I am talking to you? Listen to your body, listen to your mind, be conscious. See where from this voice comes. Body never feels limited. The disease doesn't feel diseased. Do you appreciate? The hunger is not hungry. Hunger is, I am hungry, problem. Mortality is, I am mortal, problem. The moment the I comes in, suddenly everything is turning topsy-turvy. Are you understanding that point? As they say, catch the thief. Who is? Just sit down by yourself. The whole universe is quiet. Will you please do it even now? Just sit down 1 second, 1 minute. If you don't speak, nobody speaks. And then what happens? Your mind is continuously speaking. Mind is so noisy. Noisy means what? Thoughts are coming, thoughts are coming, thoughts are... Then what do you say? Oh, the world is so noisy. Because you are noisy. Your mind. Listen. The sound is a sound. Listen carefully. I don't know how to tell you. It is so simple. Don't miss it. And do it for yourself. The sound is sound. Sound is not a disturbance. I am disturbed. That is just a sound. You are sitting down. An ambulance going through a, what is that, fire brigade making noise going away. What do you say? Oh, disturb. Is it disturbing? They are just producing a sound. The telephone ringing, producing a sound. I say this is noise. Same thing inside. Your thoughts. The thoughts are continuously coming up. And I say, why these thoughts are coming? Or you are lost in the thought. Just sit down sometime. Just be conscious. Now already, that is why Tattvavada, all these things you must say it very clearly. Already recognize yourself who you are. Who you are. Then you clearly can see that. To be myself, I don't need a thought. But for thought to be, I must be there. I am conscious. And if this I thought doesn't come, where is the identity? If the I thought is not there, there is nobody to feel disturbed. So where is the need for meditation, getting out of disturbance? Are you getting that point? I hope you understand. If I don't feel disturbed, if I am not disturbed, shall I look for not to be disturbed? I am not there. That is why if you feel bound, you look for liberation. Sadame samatvam muktirna bandha. There is no bondage, no liberation. It is a concept. It's so fantastic. I'm not talking to the beginners, okay? Remind you again and again. That is where understand only one word. And having seen it for yourself, when you see this and you are it, when are you not in samadhi? Evameva parapuja sarvavasthasu sarvada. This is the parapuja, the highest worship, the meditation. The person who always with himself. Parapuja, one verse I can tell you that. What Bhagavan Shankara writes so beautiful. Advaye Sachidanande. That is Advaye. Sthite Advitiya Bhavesmin Katham Puja Vidiyate. O Lord, how do I worship you? Advitiya Bhave Sthitesmin, when there is one without a second, there is nothing called you and I. How am I going to worship you? I am not there. That is why don't drop God. Drop yourself, God will disappear. Drop yourself, Guru will disappear. Drop yourself, everything disappears. Disappears means what? Nobody is there to create a problem for anybody. Do you understand? If I am not there wanting alcohol, is the alcohol a problem? If I am not there to look for money, is the money a problem? If I is not there to look for anything, is it a problem? If I is not there, everything is there, is it a problem? You understand? That is why this knowledge is so glorious. Same Bhagavad, same Gita will tell you later on, Tadrusha Taneva Jananti. Only such people shall know such people. Others will never understand it. How does the cat know the power of the otter, who can swim inside the water, walk on the ground? And if this fool jumps into the water because fool jumps into the water because the otter is doing, so I will also do. The fellow dies. Understand the wise person. This is something so majestic. The ignorant person speaking. Yet ignorant. The wise one never speaks, always wise. It doesn't matter. This you must see it very clearly. Okay, only one. Catch it. And that once you see, then you know, then that little something, it is like this. Once you, yes, you go there, the ocean there, right? The seashore, no. When you go there, you touch it. What are you touching? Just tell me. What are you touching? A child can say water. Okay, what is the water? You understand? Water you are touching. Where? Here. But where is the water? Everywhere, right? Are you touching Bay of Bengal? Are you touching Indian Ocean? Are you touching seven seas? You understand? The water is not expanding. The drop is not expanding. Your vision is expanding. Are you standing here in ashram, Udandi, Madras, Tamil Nadu, India, Asia, Earth, solar system, universe? God. Where? Where are you standing? When you see that, what do you say? Oh, yes. How does it happen? Now you are standing in the same ground, but his number is limited. If the dust is part of the universe, this human body is not. The trouble is, I said, the body doesn't say, I am standing on the dust or I am standing in the universe. The individuality creates the trouble. Are you catching it? Are you really catching it? One word. Your sense of limitation. Listen carefully. Who invokes? Listen carefully. My God. When I say it again and again, please, I am desperate. In a sense, happily desperate. So that you see also exactly what I see clearly. Who is feeling limited? Who brings limitation? Who invokes limitation? Oh, body invokes limitation. Don't be stupid. Body has no capacity to invoke anything or disinvoke, revoke. Just like the alcohol has no capacity to create a habit, nor it has the capacity to take away your habit. You have a weakness for alcohol, now you have the strength. Are you getting that? You got out of it. Alcohol changes or you change? Bidi changes, cigarette changes or you change? Food changes or you change? Body changes or you change? Thoughts change or you change? Are you getting that point, please? That is why people changing the religion, changing gurus, changing gods, changing traditions, changing practices, changing anything, nothing happens because you remain continuous. Vegetarian has become non-vegetarian, non-vegetarian has become vegetarian. The man was marrying one wife, one husband, now marry four husbands or 20 husbands. It doesn't matter. You can do anything you like. That is where comes the fight. You change. You change means what? Only individual. You change means what? Again, the I. That invokes the limitation in everything. In the relative world, please listen, in the relative world, ocean is ocean, drop is drop. But ocean doesn't feel like an ocean, the drop doesn't feel like a drop. I give them a feeling that is the ocean and this is the drop. Right or wrong? Human beings, anybody born Brahman, Vaishya, Kshatriya, Shudra, stamped, caste stamp, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Jew, believer, non-believer, stamped body. What have we done? We have stamped it. I stamp it. Then what do we do? I identify. Problem comes. Like countries. Earth is one. Different countries, different citizenship. What a trouble. All these things begins where? Only one point. If you look at the complete arrangement, consciousness, all the thoughts, please listen, consciousness all pervasive, thoughts all pervasive, wherever they are, yours individual, total, doesn't matter. The planet, stars, body, everything by itself. Is there any sense of bondage? Liberation. We divide. The earth is divided into so many countries. What all things we have dragged into ourselves. Just go. This noise has been so much that silence feels intimidating. It's like the man who is lost in the din and bustle of a megalopolis, a big city, feels out of place in a village. We're so much used to shout. We are so much lost in busyness. Busyness means busyness. You know, when you are totally busy in life, talking, seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, seeing, doing this, doing that. The moment you sit down quietly, it follows. Isolation becomes frightening. You will commit suicide. So please see that. Meditation is natural. That should self, that should be. If you want to know more about it, that meditation, all that you want to know about, that book is there, you can pick it up. Can't talk it. Okay. And having told that now, celebration begins. What the teacher said, Tvaya vyaptam idam vishwam, Tvayi protam yatharthata, Shuddha bodha swarupastvam, Magama kshudra chetasam. Oh, you know, this line is Magama kshudra chetasam. Don't consider yourself small, tiny, insignificant, stupid, I'm such a small man, I'm such an idiot, I'm bound, I'm pavam. Ayyo. Magama kshudra chetasam. You want to have a lecture series, you know that people now pay 100,000 rupees or dollars for pep talks. You know, they go to listen, how to help yourself, self-help stuff. 100,000, I'm not telling you a joke. One man is coming now to Madras. How to make a billionaire. He makes a billion. Others make a one, doesn't matter. Other people listen to it and get the sensation of being a billionaire. Oh, if I do this, this will happen. If I do this, this will happen. Like people go for dieting talk. exercise talk. If you do this, this will happen. So half an hour sitting down, yes, 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 yes. So you feel very comfortable. Arey, come and do. The fellow demonstrates the exercises, gets the money and walks out. The person pays for seeing the demonstration. What is this? And if you say, oh, I attended that yoga demonstration class. Then I attended Vedanta demonstration also, right? Useless. Do you know why? The ridiculous part of the best part of it, I shall tell you, is because you are it and you are looking for demonstration outside. You see how pathetic it is? How pathetic it is? Other day I was telling, let me tell you that something to somebody. Everybody says that. You know, everybody does that. Every possible way. Oh, nobody loves me. Think, nobody loves me. Ask yourself, should you love yourself or other people should love you? Which one is it? Which one you should do? Even if other people love you, if you hate yourself, can you feel loved? Just think for a second, for a moment. Nobody appreciates me. Do you appreciate yourself? Nobody likes my body. Do you like your own body? You don't like your body. Listen carefully. You don't like your body. But you want other people to like your body, right? You want to see, listen carefully. The principles are simple. You want to enjoy really fresh fruit, what should you do? Fresh vegetables. Have even 10 feet by 10 feet patch. You don't have to be land or ranch owner to have fresh vegetables. 10 feet by 10 feet garden, for one person you need half a cucumber, half a bendaka, half a brinjal to eat every day. Just one person, 2 person, 3 person, if you are there. No, we don't want. We want to get fresh food there also. It's not that everybody can do that, but what I am telling is, please, what is convenient, you can do that. You want to have the trees, plant in your house. Don't have a 5-acre land, half an acre also, 200 square foot, but city, okay, you don't have your trees, but parks are there, no? You can do that. But if you want to enjoy every day, what do you do? Listen carefully, what do? You create little greenery around your own house. Please think. You have, how beautiful it is. You have, all of us, especially in our generation, we go for comforts everywhere. When you go out, you go for the comfortable accommodation and other things. What is the best place? You return home. No? Now people who had gone to the Chardham Yatra, after getting into so much of problem, when they come back, how they feel? Abba. Now you want to go stay in a 5-star hotel also. When you come back, how long can you stay in 5-star hotel? Can you stay for the longest time? You have to return to your house, no? The creation is an all-star hotel. Every day you return to your house in the mind. And if you do not make your little house beautiful, you shall be homeless. 5-star houses, 5-star hospital, 5-star hotels are for holiday. They are a holiday home. Your home is your permanent home. What is your permanent address? Listen carefully. What is your permanent address? Number 2, Sitaram Street. That is your address. Permanent address. Other places you are going and coming. In your life, what is your permanent address? Mind in this body. That is your permanent address. Is it permanent address? How can body be a permanent address? It has begun and going. How can the thought be a permanent address? It comes and goes. The permanent address is yourself. And that is one address which is same for everybody. When you say Brahman, everybody responds. You see? When you say consciousness, everybody responds. Happiness, everybody responds. Truth, everybody responds. Whoa, how beautiful. Everybody responds. But suppose you say Sudhaji, then only one fellow, or 2, 3 fellows, suppose same names are there. Ram, Krishna, Hari, David, one fellow, 10, 20 fellows, they will respond. But if you say happiness, truth, self, consciousness, everybody responds. Permanent address. So everybody's permanent address is that. Now, that is your address. And you are temporarily living, understand? Temporarily living in your mind, temporarily living in your body. Also temporarily living in this world. But in this temporary living, mind is more permanent than the outside world. This body is a home. This is a more permanent, in a temporary universe for us, universe is permanent. But in this temporary stay, our body is more permanent than the other residences. So shall I take care of my body or shall I take care of hotels? I am going to spend time in hotels. Others' body. So others' body you are interested in, or you should be interested in your body. One fellow came to Mullah and he said, he is a very holy man. One holy man came to him. He said, I always live for others. Listen carefully. I always live for others. My life is always for anything I want to do, I always do for others. Mullah smiled and said, my objectivity in relation to my mind and body is so complete that I love to take care of my mind and body. These are others. You are living for others. You should live for your mind, your body, that is others. But you think living for your body is a crime. Living for your mind is a crime. Falling in love with yourself is a crime. Loving yourself is narcissistic. Yes, that type of love is narcissistic. When you say, I am the only one wonderful, everybody else is stupid. My body is the only thing, my mind is the only thing, my riches is the only thing, that becomes narcissistic. But when I say, I am in love with myself and I love you too, because you are as wonderful as me. Fantastic. So these permanent residents, if you are looking, which permanent resident you should take care of? Body. But I want to neglect my body, I want to see beautiful bodies. Oh. You have to pay a lot of price for that. Very costly real estate. Marrying somebody beautiful, marrying somebody rich, marrying somebody, you know how it is? If a house you have to purchase paying 50,000 rupees, purchase a body means what? Get a body for yourself to marry or be with, how much? Life. You have to pay with your life. No problem. Think. In a sense, everybody must be like that. Everybody must take care of their own. Same thing in mind. I want to see kindness. I love kind people. Kindness in me is zero. I love strong people. Strength in me is zero. I love very loving people. I hate everybody. So, I am an worshipper of ideal. Myself is not living any ideal. I worship ideal and I take great pride in that. So what happens? So I worship a person who has to live my ideal. Now that person is in trouble because he has to, if the fool wants to be worshipped, he has to live according to your expectations. What a headache. And by chance the person doesn't live your ideal, now you are finished. That is how people create trouble for themselves and they create trouble for others. If I want to say kindness, be kind. Want to see love in life, be loving. Want to see power in life, be powerful. Everything in yourself. Wisdom, meditation, anything you like. Madhama Kshudra Chedasa. What a language. It's not in a pep talk that positive thinking, think that even though your nose is like that, you think your nose is straight. What rubbish. This is not positive thinking. Positive thinking means what? Drown the negative. How long can you drown the negative? Think you are rich, think you are rich. What is it? Thinking rich, I become rich. What nonsense. Like the, centipede. You know centipede? How many legs it has got? Hundreds of legs. it developed gout, the leg pain. So now what will happen, poor thing? He went to the doctor. Doctor said, boy, it is too much. You have got hundreds of legs, the pain is there, very difficult, cannot cure. Do one thing, be a squirrel. At least 4 legs. He said, yes, sounds good. He said, but then 4 legs also the pain will go away. 4 legs will be there, no. If for centipede 100 legs are a problem, for a squirrel 4 legs also will be a problem. So reducing leg doesn't solve the problem. You want to get rid of the pain, not reducing. And then the person said, but how do I become a squirrel? He said, that I don't know. My matter is, I am a theoretician. I give the policy matters. You decide. This is how people solve other people's problems. Be kind. Be happy. You are the Brahman. Be happy. How? All these silly books that you read, these silly books, what shall you say after you say hello? And these self-help books. Everybody tells what you should be, but how? How? Who is the person who doesn't know that he should be happy, kind, helping everybody? But can they? You are so down and out. Shudra Chetasam, this is the beauty. Magama Shudra Chetasam. Never ever look down upon yourself. Uddharet Atmana Atmahana. Natmana Avasadhet. You do not get better statements than the so-called self-help group. Uddharet Atmana Atmana. And how? When do you say that? They help you to discover who you are. And once you see this, you cannot afford to become lost in the limited universe. Because, listen carefully, body does not feel the limitation. I feel the limitation of the body because of my thing. So I know about myself. Instead of letting me know about me, who am I, they are giving me an ideal that I have a positive thinking. Instead of I being aware of itself, now the I is lost in positive thinking. Previously it was in negative thinking, now it is positive thinking. Now which is positive, which is negative, also you forget. Why? Because time changes. Situation changes, no? You thought you were a patriot. You are fighting for a country. Other fellow catches you. You are an enemy of the state. Boom, boom. You thought you were a rich man. Then when the, the dacoits come, they catch you only and take you. You are very proud, now you are caught. You thought you are a very rich man, you live in a huge house, 30-bedroom house. Coming out from your house will take half an hour. And there is your servants, they live in a small hut somewhere down the line. Earthquake comes, who will be alive? Every little something has got to decide on that side. Please. That is why you deserve. The greatest achievement, the greatest confidence, the wisdom is being yourself and not a role. Not a role. Be. You don't have to say I to be. Mahagama Kshudra Cheta. Why? Tvaya Vyaptam Idam Vishwam. By you the whole universe is pervaded. As much I am at one's body and the bodiless awareness, that much everything in this universe. As much the ocean is ocean all pervasive and water, that much the drop is a drop as well as water. So as water you are all pervasive, as a drop you are in one place. Enjoy the dropness being the pervasiveness of the water. Being the pervasiveness of the self, the consciousness all over. Enjoy the limitation of the mind, the thought of the body. Go. Tvaya Vyaptam Idam Vishwam. Idam Vishwam Sarvam. Vishwam means Sarvam, universe. What? Gross body, subtle body, your gross universe, body, your thoughts of every thought. Tvai Protam Yathartatha. Tvai Protam. In and through. You are in you, they are existing. You are existing in and through them. Yet in you also nothing existing. Like Bhagavan says, Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina mastani sarvabhutani achaham desavastita. Hey Arjuna, maya tatam idam sarvam. By me, idam sarvam jagat tatam. By what? Maya avyakta murtina. By my unmanifest form, the consciousness. Everything is pervaded. That line is true for God, that line is true for you. As much Krishna can say that, as much Krishnananda also can say. As much Krishna can say that, Krishna also can say the same thing. Maya tatam idam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina. By my unmanifest form, the whole universe is pervaded. God can say, Jiva can say. Mai protam idam sarvam. Sutre manigana idam. By me, everything is existing in me like one thread of consciousness passing through, holding this garland of creation together. You can say that. Nachamasthani bhutani. All are in me, but I am not in them. Pashyame yugomeshwar. Only one thing you cannot say is, when Bhagavan can say is, I am everything. You can say, I am everything. But when he knows the details, Vishesha Jnanam, we won't have the details. I know wherever, whatever is consciousness, in what particular form, Teriyadu. That is where comes individual, Jiva. And it's not a limitation. With one mind, it's enough. How beautiful. If everybody handles himself well, you are happy to have your body, your mind. You are happy, I am happy, everybody is happy. Shall we create problem for each other? Only unhappy people, miserable people, depressed people, they only create problems for everybody because life is full of misery. So other person's happiness becomes their unhappiness. For the miserable person, other person's happiness becomes his misery. What is the communism? The communism means nobody should be rich. Because your riches invoke poverty in me. Wow. Therefore, all children, all students should fail. Why? You should not give a failure idea of a failure student, So nobody should be first class. You should not score 100%. Why? You are giving 10% fellow inferiority complex. Wow. So nobody should be rich. Why? Because some idiots are sitting down there, some people, communists especially. You are telling that they are poor. So you should not be working. No. They must work, but they must give everybody. When they say they must work, why don't you tell these fellows also they must work? Let everybody work. Yes, there is certain times also person who is making, he should not think, I am the one making everything. You took the help of everybody, make it. So have something for yourself, have something for others. Or else today we will have the Chardham problem. Everybody is busy harvesting the grown up trees. How many people are planting tree? No. So have this problem. Roads are finished. Yeah, I tell you, Himalaya will take years. Nobody bothers. In Orissa you can see that. In tribal belt, same thing. Every year, hundreds of acres are getting burnt. Why? This is ethnic, tribal culture. This year 2 years burnt, next year 2 years burnt, and 2 acres burnt, they will cultivate. The next year again 2 acres. This is gone neglected. Right in front of my eyes, I have seen hundreds of acres going away. I started going there 5-6 years back. Now the places is happening. That is where when you go to other countries, there are certain countries like Europe, other countries where people have become more and more, Australia and other countries, people are becoming more and more conscious. Maybe at one time they must have also been like this. Slowly they have become better. So one day India also should be. Until that you have to pay price. So ultimately, what is most important is what? Just like Ishvara says, I am Maya Tatam, by me everything is pervaded. I am in everything, just nothing is in me. You can't tell the same. Shuddha Bodha Swarupastvam. You are Shuddha Bodha Swarupa. What is your Swarupa? What is your nature? Who you are? Shuddha Bodha Swarupa, pure consciousness. Your knowledge, nothing else other than that is your Shuddha Bodha, that is your knowledge, who you are. And that doesn't, again and again listen to that. And that doesn't need to say I to be, aham to be, om to be, aham, om, atma, chetana, brahman. All these are names. Remember that point. Nameless universe, nameless existence. And that's what we are. Totally nameless. Also formless. Yet, there is a name, there is a. So be the nameless, enjoy which name? Be the formless, enjoy which form? Oof. That is where your living becomes so leisurely and beautiful. I remember the language which I always say, that in school age we are reading that poem. Leisure. What is this? Life is full of care. We have no time to stand and stare. What is this life is full of care? So much of care, responsibilities, no more time, so much of, what is life full of care? And there is nothing, no time to stand and stare. There is no time to stand and stare, meaning stand and look at things. When you get this knowledge, the whole poem changes. What is this life without care? So much of time, nothing to stare. So much of time. Because, you see, do you know why there is so much of time? Because you are not engaged in your thought. People, you understand, your busyness, your engagement at the level of the thought, where you are so possessed by thoughts that you feel you have no time. Always worry, 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 worry. One thought 10,000 times a person thinks. Very much thinking person. If you write 10,000 different thoughts, you write poetry, novel. Same thought 10,000 times, depressed, miserable. What to do? What to do? What to do? Why did he say that? Why did he worry? What is this? Understand? Mahagamaksudam. Nirapeksha nirvikara, nirbhara shitalasaya, agada buddhi rakshubdaha, bhava chinmatra vasana. Nirapeksha, you are the one who is no apeksha, no dependence on anything whatsoever. No dependence on anything. To be who you are, you don't depend upon something. Who you are is so interesting, you don't want to be somebody else. Both ways. How many people are happy with being themselves? Think. How many people are happy just with being themselves? How many people? Why are we not happy with ourselves? Because my self-image comes from, suppose riches or poverty, oh I am so poor, inferiority. So rich, superiority. Nobody can deal with you. Either the fellow who considers superior, nobody can deal with him. He is so arrogant. Other fellow is inferior, nobody can deal with him. Okay, suppose your identity comes from your physical body. I am so stupid, I am so ugly, I am so thin or lean or fat or tall. My nose is like that, my tail is like that, I don't think. Or I am so beautiful, then anybody looks at you, why do you want to? Either of the way. Complex, complex, complex. And understand, all these things that you are depending upon are a continuously diminishing reality. Riches are not stable. Physical body is not stable. Therefore you are continuously affected. Same thing mind. Thoughts are changing. Suppose your depends on that, your identity or your power depends on your thoughts. Smarter people, you will feel inferior. Lesser people, you feel arrogant. But when who you are is nirapeksha, it doesn't even depend on the I thought. What to talk of what other thoughts. Oh. This is not something a philosophy or speculation. Are you getting that point, please? That is why the tradition is so beautiful. There is no, this is not a speculative philosophy. It doesn't tell you what you should be. It says who you are. And who you are is not a gift of the teacher, gift of the tradition, gift of the book, or gift of the God. you are who you are. Finish. Nirapeksha, nirvikara, vikara, there is no vikara, vikara shunya. Shad vikara was sthula sarira. The physical body has got what? Asti, it is, born, jayate, vardhate, grows, viparinamate, metamorphoses, apakshiyate, decays, vinashyati, dies. Shad vikara, when it says that sthula sarira, the gross body is not only gross body. Everything in the creation comes under that principle. A situation, jayate, a situation is born. What is situation born? 10:30, class started, jayate, the class jayate, vardhate, growing, viparinamate. We start with slowly, then boom, boom, boom. Then after some time towards the end now everybody keeping quiet. Om, apakshiyate, then vinashyati, last 12:30 class over. Finished. Modifications. Don't say body only going through modifications. Thought, jayate, vardhate, viparinamate, becomes emotion, apakshiyate, starting forgetfulness, chala jata hai. Thought is dead. Atma, yourself, the consciousness, nirvikara, ajah. Na jayate, na vardhate, na mriyate. Nothing, no viparinamate, nothing. Oh, you understand, so beautiful. That is why, once you see you are ajaha, unborn, eternal, absolute, you shall accept every birth of a thought, birth of a situation, birth of a body, death of a body, death of a situation, growth of the situation, change of the situation. Everything is accepted. Why? Because I am unborn. And this is the unborn content of everything that is born. The birthless content of the birth, the deathless content of everything that is dying. So, aja, sashwata, rendu one and the same. Unborn, eternal, ever existing. Therefore, nirvikara, nirvara, absolutely still. Nirvara. Doesn't depend on nothing else whatsoever. Shitala ashaya, shitala asha. Shitala asha. Asa very nicely say that. Asamanda serate. Until the end of your life, once you recognize the truth, until the end of your life, Sukha Swarupa. Shitala, Sukha Swarupa. Once you are aware of it, you are aware forever. Nothing touches. That is why Bhagavan says in Bhagavad Gita so nicely, Yathendhansi samidbhogni bhasmasat gurute Arjuna jnanagni sarvakarmani bhasmasat gurute tatha yatha yadhansi samidha agni, well lit fire, bhasmasat gurute, yadhansi, all the fuels, the wood, everything, it burns down. The well lit fire burns down every piece of wood, fuel. In the same way, Jnanagni, the fire of knowledge, Sarva Karmani Bhasmasat Gurudev, it burns down every action. Why? The doer is dead. What is the question of action? That is the beauty. You don't have to burn the action. You understand? Action. So it is just like a beautiful statement to say all actions are gone. If the actor is gone, why should you remove the action? When inside your house, 100 little things are there. No. When child goes and brings down everything, shall you remove everything or remove the child? Huh? One little stupid germ has gone into the system and therefore your stomach is going crazy, your kidney is going crazy, some stupid germ, let us say. Your heart is going crazy. Shall you remove all the parts or remove the germ fellow? The fellow who has gone in, remove the idiot who is not the part of it, throw it in, out. Ahankar. When the doer, I am the doer, goes crazy. When that is gone, finished. And once you see yourself, then even ahankar also can be re-invited. Okay, ahankar, riripa. Controlled ahankar also is a beautiful thing. Just like controlled poison is medicine, controlled ahankar also beautiful. What is wrong with the I thought? You mean I thought is so powerful it completely paralyzes the infinity absolute? Huh? It's like telling the wave covers the ocean. Are you nuts? No thought can handle it. No thought can cover it. Nothing can cover it. Shitala asks, Agadha. Agadha. What a depth. What a depth. Oh, that's why I go to deep and deep and deep into mind. High also said. Agadha, buddhi, akshibdha. Agadha, atala. Where you cannot find the end of it. Where? Up and down, both. Agadha samudra. Meaning as though you cannot reach the depth. Can you reach the height of this consciousness? That is all pervasive. What is the depth and the height and the depth? Hey, listen. Beautiful. In relation to the point of reference, east, west, north, south, up, down. You change that point of reference. Up and down also will change. East, west, of course will change. South, north, south, east, all the 10 directions will change. Why? The point of reference has changed. Now all these things are in point of reference. What is the point of reference? I. Your I is not my point of reference, you know, lucky. That is why when somebody's ignorance is imposed upon some other person, it becomes a disaster. What has happened? Please see, it's just like the Chardham problem. Water is running down the mountains. Is it a problem? Water running down the mountains and the rivers, is it a problem? No. When it goes into your house, it is finished. Your ignorance, you let it go down over you, no problem. But you don't try to push it into somebody's head, somebody's house. In the name of education, when you are pushing this flooding of ignorance into somebody's head, what happens? Dead. That is why teaching is so important. Knowledge is so important. The right type of knowledge. Yatharthata. Who you are, not who you should be. Who you are. After listening to all these things, you will say, I should be meditating. I should be reading another book. I should be... Yes, I want to do that. Why? So that it can be effortless for me. That way, fine. But even then also it is not fine, because you have to catch that eye. Should I be reading books or should I read myself? If the books help me to read me, then I must read the book. If the teaching helps me to read me, I should be listen to the teaching. But the teacher is giving me ideas about myself. So previously I thought I was an idiot, now I say I am Brahman. Wow. So what is this? Now the idiot becomes Brahman, right? The king living in a hutment remains to be king. The poor person talking of a palace doesn't become king. Talking of a palace. Even living inside he can't. He can only talk because he doesn't know what a palace is. But the king is a king. Wherever he goes, palace. Wherever the prisoner stays, it's a prison. Are you getting that? House is not a prison. If you put a prisoner there, it becomes a prison. King, wherever he stays, king, you know, kingly. Everybody shall write down there. King stayed here. because that little stupid little place becomes famous. That is why I say Tirthi Kurvanti Tirthani. It comes in somewhere, I think, Nardava Sutra. Wise man, wherever they travel, that place becomes a holy place. He had traveled. The ignorant, even if he goes to Tirthasthana, it is useless. That is why repeating scriptures do not make you wise. The wise man may not teach it, even may not talk about it, but still he is wise. It doesn't matter what he, how, who he is so beautiful. Therefore words also becomes beautiful. Anyway, agada buddhi akshubdha bhava chinmatra akshubdha, never disturbed. There is no kshobha, shadurmi, that kshuddha, trusha, hunger, thirst, raga, dvesha, like, dislike, sukham, dukkham, happiness, unhappiness, these waves do not disturb me at all, because relative things shall be there in life. Body shall be healthy, body shall be unhealthy. People shall change, things shall change, atmosphere shall change, seasons shall change, everything shall change. But the person, sukhe dukkhe same krutva, lava lavo jayati, samasitosna dukkhesh, tatha mana apamanayoho, mitra aripakshayoho tulya, mitra aripakshayoho tulya, whether it is friend or enemy, it doesn't matter. Samasanga vivarjitaha, same, there is no more identifying with anything. Chinmatra vasana, chinmatra vasa, chinmatra, that is chinmatra vasana, only feed consciousness, that is the vasana, you can say, or like a dress or whatever you say, like a chinmatra, consciousness alone is existing. There is no other vasana. What is that? That is why vasanas are not vasanas, impressions are not impressions, vasanas are not a problem. Please tell me, vasana is a problem? Vasana means what? Don't suddenly say vasana is very troublesome. No, vasana is troublesome. Vasana nama bhogajanya samskara. That is vasana. Bhogajanya samskara. You ate mango, the taste remains with you. That is vasana. You experience a rose, that taste, that smell remains with you. That is vasana. Bhogajanya samskara. You take coffee, coffee taste remains in your head. That is vasana. Is it a problem? Problem is, I want coffee. So vasana is a problem or you are a problem? Now vasana tyaga means coffee is given up. Beautiful. And people try to remove the thoughts also. Vasana tyaga, this vasana tyaga, how much problem it has created for people. Swamiji, I can't give up the coffee. Why should you give up the coffee? Coffee is never with you. Give up yourself, who is hanging on you? If you understand the point, why are you going to give up something which is already given up? Coffee is outside or in you? If you don't drink the coffee, will the coffee become a problem for you? No. So then why are you making coffee, holding coffee responsible? You understand that? Everything. How comforting it is for most people. I knew the sweet is the problem. My eating? No. Sweet is the problem. Why are you so fat? Foodie. Food? Really? Why are you so thin? Food. Listen carefully. That there is a thought is not a problem. Impressions are needed in life. Or else, how are you going to live? That is why when you live this life, understand yourself, it becomes fantastic. Hey, with whom do you travel? Maybe next class I shall tell you more elaborately. If you want to take a travel, take a journey, with whom do you like to go? The person who can maximize your comfort, right or wrong? Maximize. Because you don't know where is what. Maximize your comfort. With him you like to travel. Everybody shall go to Himalayas, but some people know how to travel so that every place, every moment becomes interesting. Right? What is the teaching? Who shall be a teacher? Who can maximize your happiness all the time? Seeing yourself who you are, Every perception is glorious. Every thought is glorious. Every moment of living is glorious. That is why they say, Bhukti Mukti Pradata Tasmai Shri Guramena. To that Guru my namaskar. Mukti Pradata, Bhukti Pradata. One who gives Mukti as well as the Bhukti, introduces me to myself and tells me how to live with this world, enjoy this universe. Intense, intense. Why? Because you have no sense of loss at any time. I am the happiness. There is no question of your being afraid of losing the happiness at any time. Why people are afraid of experiences? Oh, it is coming to an end. Or the class coming to an end. Say, the class will continue. Huh? If the class continuously goes on, who will be in trouble? Not the listeners. Listeners will be in trouble after some time, but the speaker is the first one to be in trouble, right? Oh, this movie is coming to an end. The life is coming to an end. Well, that's how it should be. It must come to an end, but while lasting, how much you have. So that fear of loss is not there, because I am the happiness. Happiness can never be lost. Therefore, intense everything. So that is, so Chinmatra Vasana. Other Vasanas are not Vasana. Chidmasana. Chidvasana means what? That is your covering, that is yourself, that is what you are. Always reveling, abiding yourself. Okay? Next, read. Sakaram amrutam vidhi nirakaram tu nischalam etat tattvopadesena na punarbhava sambhava yatheva darshamadhyasthe rupenta paritastu saha तथैवास्मिन् शरीरन्तः परितः परमेश्वरः एकं सर्वगतं व्योम बहिरन्तर्यथा घटे नित्यं निरन्तरं ब्रह्म सर्वभूतगणे तथा. Having told this, revealing this truth about himself, let's move on. Shakaram anutam vidhi, nirakaram tu nischala. Simple thing. Shakaram anrutam iti vidhi. No, shakar, every form, anything that has a form, a name, that is not real. Nirakaram tu nischala. Nirakara, the formless, absolute, is nischala. That is the Chalana Shunya, that has no movement. It is the Satyam, Nischalam, Satyam. It is the truth, the absolute. Always remains as it is. Sakara will continuously change. So the truth of Sakara is changing is the changeless law of the changes. Change means what? It must change. Sakara means that which has a form must change. So don't say, why my mind is changing, whenever my mind is continuously changing. But that is what it is. Shall we complain about the mind changing? Suppose you have got a movie, what is that? You have got a TV, there is one picture pasted there. One particular channel, one picture pasted. It will not change. Will you purchase that TV? Why don't you purchase? Permanently one picture fixed, one photo. Why do you purchase, why do you do that? Because hundreds of channels, right? Imagine, whoever, you accept God or no accept, the choice is yours after all this, you understand what is God. There is no question of action. You take any stand you like. God is beautiful, Sakara is beautiful, Saguna Brahma beautiful, Nirguna Brahma also is beautiful, no problem, is very good. Imagine, whoever it is, or however it is, we have a mind where there are a million channels. Huh? Think of it. We have a million channels. How do you like it? Is it boring? What an exciting proposition. Million channels. Channels are boring, or the person who is observing it is boring. Think, who is the one? What happens? The channels are boring you? Think, ask yourself the question. Channels don't affect. The person who is sitting down there and come on, today in our generation we can understand it very, very clearly. Are you getting that? You can understand it very clearly. There are 1,000 channels. Still there are no 1,000 channels. Now 100, 200, 300 channels will be there. How many channels you have in your mind? Every thought is a show. And who is surfing? Consciousness is the screen. Million thoughts, million channels. Self-changing channels. And who is bored or who is affected? I. Suppose I is not there. Body is like a producer. Sense organs are producers of these movies. There is a huge field of activity. You understand? And what is the movie? The producer, the director takes all these actors to special locations, produce a movie, and we look at it. In here, continuously production, direction, movie production, continuously going on. In everybody's life, you like it or not, friends, if you look at that way, your life is the greatest running movie. And it has to move and it has to change. If it doesn't change, something wrong with it. Is there anybody who is interested to be 25-year-old and stuck there? 5-year-old stuck there? You can't be selective. Suppose, Swamiji, why we should not grow old? Then when you are 1 year, when you are born, you should stay in that state all the time. Will you like? No. 15, there is, that will not work. It has to change. And if you have not lived through the changes, that is, when you enjoy the changeless beauty who you are, then enjoy every moment of changes. The person who has not discovered the changeless beauty, now they shall be worried that this changing is not a nice thing to do, because they never enjoyed the changes. They are always afraid. When you are enjoying, please understand, being yourself, the changeless, enjoy the changes like a actor. The actor is the changeless. The roles are changing. What a beauty. The landscape. Earth is same. Flora and fauna changing. The space is same. Seasons are changing. Consciousness is same. Thoughts are changing. Wow. This is the principles of the universe. You cannot escape. Instead of being the foundation, Tvaya vyaptam idam vishwam, you are the foundation on which the whole universe is existing. It is not a pep talk. That is the fact for everybody. But what has happened is we are lost in the perception, the world, the body, and the thoughts. One who sees this, he knows sakar, anything that has a form, continuously changing, nirakaram tu nischalam, always remain the same. Etat tattva upadeshena na punarbhava sambhava. By this type of upadesh, you can say upadesh also this to show. Upadesha means upasamipya. Upadesha means what? Taking the individual to the reality and showing him. The teacher helps you to be yourself, because you are always with yourself. Listen carefully. To teach chemistry is difficult. History, much more. Geography, every subject is difficult, because the subject is not you. You are not a history, you are not physics, you are not a chemistry, you are not mathematics, you are not a computer, you are not anything. Very difficult. But what has happened is, picking up those difficult subjects, I am so much enamored by that identity. I am a physicist, I am a mathematician, I am PhD, I am the richest man, I am the president of the country. You have totally lost sight of the easiest as to who you are. See, this is exactly known as the delusion, paralyzing delusion. The person is incapable of enjoying the simplicity because he is lost in the labyrinth, totally lost. A tiny role has overtaken the prolific actor. Can the role take over? The actor has lost himself. That is why Eda Tattva Upadeshana, when the teacher shows us reality as to who you are. When he says shows means what? It doesn't give it to you. That is why knowledge is never given. It is not received by somebody. It is yours to own. Physics you can give it. Again somebody has to own it. Somebody has to receive it. But especially self-knowledge, absolute knowledge, you are already there. The person just shows it. That is why Gurustu Maunam Vyakhyana, Shishyastu Chinna Sansaya. The teacher spoke in silence. The student understood. That is Dakshinamurti. You know all that. I don't explain it. Okay? Now, when you see this, na punarbhava sambhava, you shall never be reborn. Reborn means immediately person thinks, oh, this body is gone, body is gone. Hey, no. Body dies only once. In fact, you are continuously also being born and reborn to the body. Childhood is gone. You are dead to the childhood, youth has come. You are dying to the youth, adult age has come. You are dying to the adult age, old age has come. You are dying to the old body. The body passes. Every moment of birth you are reborn. Understand? Same thing also thought. You are born to a thought. With one thought you are smiling. Another thought you are crying. In another thought you are miserable. With another thought you are confused. Another thought you are frightened. Born, reborn, born, reborn. That is why when somebody says, you know, oh, but Swamiji, how can I understand this reality in this life? Of course. But Bhagavad Gita says, what did Bhagavad Gita say? Is devil quoting the scripture. You know, everybody quotes. You know. Bhagavad Gita says, whatever they find convenient, what is that? The person doesn't want to, the teacher is incapable of teaching, the student is incapable of receiving. So both have a conspiracy. They go take the shelter in the Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita. What is that? Bahunam janmanam ande jnanavam mam bhavadate manushyanam sahasreshu kaschit yatasiddhaya. Beautiful language. Among thousands of people, some fellow. Then immediately your externalized vision, among millions of people, only few. Right. You think there are millions of people, there Bhagavan is talking about. Inside you there are million people. You are a father, brother, husband, wife, child, depressed, young, old. Every moment there is a personality. Sahasrana manushyesu. Manusya, when you say that, there are thousands of roles inside you. Kaschit, there is one fellow inside you who shall yadati siddhaya. The I thought will be looking for it. One day, one time, we shall be tired of one role. You have been a father, brother, husband, wife, mother, friend, lover, you boy, rich, poor, tired. Now that fellow that suddenly becomes Siddhaya. But Swami Maharaj, Krishna says, Bhunam Janmanamande. So, it's not Bhunam, one after another million bodies. No, in this body, you are taking birth every moment. Thousands of births in this body. With every thought you are newborn. With every body you are newborn. The last person, the person who came into this hall will not be the person who will be going back. He will be 1 hour older. The thoughts also have changed. Different thoughts, different body. The whole creation has gone through changes. So don't say thousand janmanamante manusya, you know. Bahunam janmanamante means, oh, I have to wait for a long time. So the teacher is stupid, student is stupid, very comfortable, lazy bones. Yeah, slowly. Yeah, somebody told us, you know, he said, oh, Swami, thousands of births, we can wait. I said, yeah, you can wait, I can't wait. Is there anybody who shall be waiting for the absolute happiness, suffering all the time now? It's like some idiots waiting for the heaven and the life is finished. What happens, Swamiji? What happens after death? I said, do you understand what happens before death? What is more interesting? Please think for yourself, sir. Think for yourself. What is more important? What is after death or before death? After death, how do you know what is going to happen? Oh, the book says so. Does it matter? Has anybody come back? No, don't worry about it. What is happening now? I want to be free now. After death, so for waiting for after death, I shall suffer all the way. Very good. So that is why people who are such religions who paint a rosy picture after death, some people do not believe it. They make that whole life here itself. So the religion goes for a shiksha. So every fellow says that these fellows are all secular rakshasas, right? So they should be religious sufferers, right? Some people become like Talibans, like religious fundamentalist, that high rigidity. This is how it is, really. To an all-pervasive, you are packaging it inside one tiny thing, tunnel vision. Shall you make the limited limitless, or shall you make the limitless limited? Which one you are interested? The bird is flying, you should catch it to cut its wing, or help the fledgling to fly into the freedom. The person who is looking for freedom, you are imprisoning him with certain ideas, thoughts and notions. Help him to fly into freedom. That is his nature. And until he does it, he shall not keep quiet either. That is why you have to be heavily conditioned not to revolt. You must be heavily conditioned not to revolt. After death only. And they will not allow you to be exposed to any other thought. Because if they allow you, you shall be shaken up. That is why the first injunction what they give in religious studies, do not listen to anybody else. Do not question. Why? These are unquestioned documents. Keep it for you. So you are teaching me thinking. And what shall I thinking? By giving me a thought that I should not question the thought. A wonderful teaching. Give me a break. Right? You don't teach somebody thinking by curving his right to question. How does he think? So you have, I have already thought for you. You shut it up. You have thought for me, so let me think for myself. Please understand, friends, like nobody can eat for you, you have to eat your food, nobody can think for you. If you think you are thinking for somebody, living for somebody, you are destroying yourself as well as others. You can give your children, baby, don't worry, you are my only son, only daughter, I am leaving you 20 million for you. You never taught him how to make the money. The idiot will finish in one day. Teach him how to make money. You don't give him anything. His intelligence is enough. He will make the world for himself. If the teacher becomes your source of strength and freedom, if the book becomes your source of freedom, strength and freedom, if the gods becomes your strength of freedom, source of freedom, naturally becomes your weakness. That is where you fight in the name of a god, fight in the name of a book, fight in the name of something, or practice. Secular religious divide, religious intra-religious divide, inter-religious divide, secular religious divide, because secularism as much a religion as religion is a religion. Everybody has a god, money is the god. Communists, they think they are not religious people. The state is the god. The Communist Manifesto is the Vedas. That all these leaders are only high priests. And the high priests have special privilege. Brezhnev can have all the best cars, not the people. Those days. Capitalism, what is that? Another religion. Money is the god. That whole book, economics of the Vedas, capitalists, the high priests. Politics is a huge religion. Please understand. You don't understand these things clearly. Politics is a huge religion. What do these people do? These so-called religious people, what do? My people only will help. They don't serve. They think, this certain religion they serve, they give free food, hospital. No. If you convert yourself, I'll give you food. Listen. If you are serving If you are helping the poor, don't ask his religion. Poverty has no religion. Hunger has no religion. Disease has no religion. Therefore, do not ask the person's religion while helping. If you are asking him a religion and then tell him, if you convert yourself, then I shall help you, you are not helping. You are only doing a business for yourself. That is not help. That is not service. That is a professional stuff. Okay? Listen carefully. So, what is the religious people doing? If you my follower, I will give you. What is these parties now? Congress party, BJP party, DMK party, DMK party, Communist party. Party followers will get the first contract. Because we are believers of same God. Who? Party leader. Unquestioned leader. Hereditary also. All over. Hereditary gods. And if that party is in rule, see, because the Congress is ruling now, luckily, where is what is that place? Uttarakhand, 1,000 crores without asking granted. Secretary, what is that? The MLAs, MPs also they give the salary. Suppose BJP is there, other government there, 100 crores should be there. Will they do that? It's not, I'm not talking about Congress. Anybody, please understand, the point is, the politics works like a religion. They're followers of same leader. So leader is the God. Party manifesto is the Vedas. And followers are followers. And then they will help each other. The other person is outside. They should convert. Joining party, come to our party. Come to our party. Inducement, position, ministry, money, everything. Do you understand the principle? So don't say politicians don't believe in God. They have their own religion, their own Godhood, everything. A lesser God. Whereas in Vedanta Upanishads, when you come, amazing. When you say God is not a name for a form, Nirakash, all-pervasive reality, which as much you are divine, that much I am. When I say I am the truth, you are included. When I say I am a DMK, you are not. When I say Christian or Muslim, you are not. When I say Congress, you are not. But when I say I am the truth, I am not the only truth, man. Every I, whoever says I, there is no masculine, feminine, neuter. Everybody recognizes that reality for himself. Therefore, Eta Upadeshana, when you see this, you are totally free. Just like, you look at the, we shall see that more next class, finish it up. Inside the Ekam Sarvagatam Vyoma, Bahirantara Yathagate, like one space, inside, outside. Pots are different, houses are different, the space inside, space outside. From the standpoint of the pot, inside space, outside space. But from the standpoint of space, there is no inside, outside. From the standpoint of body, world within, world without. From the standpoint of consciousness, the whole creation exists. So when you look from the standpoint of the body, you are part of a creation. When you look at the standpoint of yourself, the whole creation exists in you. You are inherent to the creation. Enjoy. Be that reality. And who is that? Anybody and everybody. There is no Muslim, Hindu, Christian, man, woman, this nonsense. Women cannot study Vedas. Rubbish. The best part is given to them. Mahadeva, just think it over, okay? We shall see more of in next class. Nityam Nirantara Brahma Sarva Bhuta Gunatatha. Sending consciousness. Nityam Nirantara, always, inherent to everything, everybody. With this chapter is over. I shall see that later on. Next chapter begins where he says, the teacher is finished Upadesh. Now the Anubhava, the student now says, Aham Asmi, I am the one. Aho Niranjana Santo Bodhoham Prakrute Para. I am the best in the world. Now the student starts showing off. He is understanding. The teacher reveals the whole thing. Now the student starts reveling. Wow, that's right. How did I forget? You'll see that next class, okay? Have a nice time. Please close.